Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Team Toyota of Princeton to check out what I believe is a very special Toyota RAV4. This is a 2023 Toyota RAV4 TRD off-road. You hardly ever see these on dealer lots. This one, Team Toyota traded to get from another dealer for their stock here and Princeton location. So we're fortunate enough to be able to film a TRD off-road RAV4. One of the most expensive trims on a gas-powered RAV4. So we're going to take a look at this Cavalry Blue with an ice cap roof. Two-tone color. Let me know what you think about it. It's a pretty bright blue for an off-road vehicle, but let me know what you think. We're going to check this thing out. See what it's bringing to the market in this compact two-row SUV off-road segment. So let's dig in. All right, we're at the front end of this RAV4 TRD off-road Cavalry Blue with the flat black on the grille top and bottom, which I think was a smart move. The Toyota badge right in the middle, LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, LED fog lamps, standard bulbs for turn signals, and what I really like is they went with like this charcoal gray down below instead of the blue, which I think would have been too much blue, so I like how they've done that here on the front end of this TRD off-road RAV4, but it looks really good. All right, wheel and tire package on this RAV4 TRD off-road. What you're getting here is an 18-inch matte black TRD aluminum alloy wheel, the TRD badge on the center cap in black with white writing, standard brake and rotor package. Wheels, what you're looking at here are Falcon all-terrain tires. I believe they're Falcon Peak all-terrain tires. We're looking at 225 on the width, a 50 series sidewall, 18s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. And the all-wheel drive system in the TRD off-road is what they call a dynamic torque vectoring all-wheel drive with multi-terrain select, and we have a TRD tuned suspension. All right, the full side profile on this RAV4 TRD off-road. The Cavalry Blue, now we're going to have a lot of flat black around the wheel wells and on the door sills, splash guards, protect it from the off-road trails, rocks, branches, those sorts of things. We have the door edge guards on there as well. Let me know if you'd have those on or off. Seems like most Toyotas from the factory get those door edge guards, but we have a really nice looking body line on the RAV4. I think it's a good looking vehicle. Let me know how you feel about the two-tone, the blue with the white on top. But otherwise, I think it's a good proportioned vehicle, and I like how this off-road spec looks, especially with an 8.6-inch ground clearance, which is just above the standard RAV4 ground clearance of 8.4 inches. So they really haven't given it much of a lift, but they have tuned up that suspension with the TRD action to give you a better ride off-road. As we move in closer, there is the flat black around the wheel wells and those beautiful TRD matte black wheels. Love them. Side view mirrors, we're going to go gloss black with LED turn signals. We are color matched on the front and the rear door handle. Again, more of that flat black around the wheel well and then down on the bottom of the door sills. Protect the paint. Up top now we're going to go with this ice cap, white color, roof spoiler coming off the top, flat black on the roof rails and the crossbars, a color matched shark fin antenna with a standard sunroof. All right, rear end of this TRD off-road RAV4, we got the roof spoiler coming off the top in white, but I would like to see somehow for them to take care of this and get it up top, protect it from the car washes and the elements. You never know what you're going to get into, especially if you're going to take this off-road, but they probably have to make this a little bit longer because it's a bit stubby. Toyota badge in the middle. We have LED taillights with standard bulbs for turn signals. On the left, you have RAV4 in black. On the right, you have TRD off-road in black. Let me know if they should have blacked this out, or whether you like it better at chrome. Let me know down below. We have flat black on the bumper area. We have chrome tip dual exhaust, functional dual exhaust But let me know if you think we should have gone black tips there, because that is available as an option on a RAV4 TRD off-road. All right, we're under the hood of this TRD off-road RAV4, and what are we looking at for a power plant? We have Toyota's 2.5 liter naturally aspirated inline 4-cylinder engine mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, 203 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque. The RAV4 TRD off-road can tow up to 3,500 pounds, MPGs 25 in the city, 32 on the highway, 28 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior of this TRD off-road RAV4, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much do I have to lay out for one of these? I really like this TRD look. Not so sure about the Cavalry Blue, but I like the TRD look. Well, like I said earlier, the TRD off-road is one of the more expensive RAV4 trims. Actually, it's the second from the top, the Limited being the top of the line. So this is what we got going on. MSRP base before options is $37,895. Now, what do you get for that? I already mentioned the engine. I already mentioned the transmission. The dynamic torque vectoring all-wheel drive with multi-terrain select, and the TRD tuned suspension. But what you also get is the Toyota Safety Sense 2.5 pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, full-speed range dynamic radar cruise control, lane departure alert, steering assist, lane tracing assist, automatic high beams, road sign assist. Wow, so you get a lot of safety tech, which I really, really like in here. Now, on the exterior, you get the LED headlights, LED fog lights, LED daytime running lights. You get the power tilt slide moonroof, power lift gate, the wheels, the high-profile roof rails, and the TRD stamped front skid plate. Now, options, we got to add in $1,015 for the TRD off-road weather package. That gets you the heated leather trim steering wheel, perforated heated and ventilated front seats, rain sensing variable intermittent windshield wipers with de-icer. An extra $500 for the two-tone color, an extra $315 for the roof rack crossbars, an extra $129 for the mud guards, an extra $150 for the door edge guards, an extra $250 for the body side moldings. We then have to add in destination and delivery of $1,350 from Toyota's Woodstock, Ontario, Canada assembly plant. And we have a total MSRP for this vehicle from the factory of $41,604. Let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. Your floor mats are in the cargo area at this time. We have power seats with lumbar for the driver, manual assist for the front passenger. At almost 42 grand, I think I'd like to see some power seats for the front passenger. Now, here we are with our Softex material with the red stitching in an insert design, TRD embroidered into the headrests. Nice and soft, nice bolstering, nice looking black interior. Door panels, nice door panels. We got the Softex up top with the red stitching. Brushed aluminum on the door handle and on the grab handle, flat black on the switchgear, a semi-soft door armrest, a decent size door pocket, even though it could be a little bit tight, and we have the standard 6-speaker audio system in this RAV4 TRD off-road. Up top, soft touch, Softex, stitching, little shelf in here with a rubberized bottom for some storage so things don't roll around, so I like that, and a nice large glove box. Infotainment system, we have this iPad style 10.5-inch Toyota multimedia system, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. We do have navigation, but that's a subscription service where you have to put in the information, create an account, and subscribe to get the maps and nav through the system. So I think most people, like me, would probably just use our phones since we have wireless connectivity to CarPlay or Android Auto. But you can Bluetooth your music, Bluetooth your phone. We can go ahead and get our trip information, vehicle alert. We can go to vehicle settings, set up our user profile, set up our Wi-Fi hotspot, over-the-air software updates as well. So it's a really nice, easy system to use. We go to reverse. We have a nice large backup camera with trajectory, which I like. And we can also go over here. We can change how we want our trajectory lines to look as well. And then we can go ahead and we can pan out or pan in on the backup camera. But I think with the off-road package, might have been nice to put in the 360-degree view cameras. So if you're off-road, you at least have a camera up front to see if you got any obstructions in your way, or if you're going over something and you don't want to bottom out, whether you have enough room. So that might have been a nice touch, but let me know what you guys think. We have the rubberized volume knob right over here. We have 2 heat and air vents, 4-way hazards, more of the soft text with the stitching coming all the way across, which I like. Now we have dual zone climate control, which is a nice touch. We have 3-stage heated seats, 3-stage ventilated seats for the driver and the front passenger. So that's nice. Traction control off. Down below, we have a 12-volt and a USB, and then a rubberized area for storage with the red, which I like quite a bit to kind of bring that flare, TRD flare, into the center stack. No wireless charging pad. I'd probably like to see one in here for almost $42,000. Now we have our gear shift with the leather gaiter to go through this 8-speed automatic. And now we have our electronic emergency brake, auto vehicle hold. Now we have our drive modes, which I'll show you when we go through the dash, including a snow mode and hill descent control. Down further, again, you have 2 cup holders, but again, that nice red trim with the rubberized bottom so things won't slide around. Toyota key fob, here we go, lock, unlock, pop the tailgate panic button. RAV4 on the back. And then, I'll scooch around here. Here is our center armrest, semi-soft with some stitching. Might have liked to see the red stitching here rather than plain old black. And then down in here, you have a nice area for storage and 2 USB-Cs. RAV4 steering wheel, nice leather wrap steering wheel. Might have liked to see that red stitching in here instead of black to kind of bring that vibe into the steering wheel. We have a chrome Toyota badge. We have brushed aluminum to lift up the wheel. We do have a flat bottom wheel, but it's a fairly large passenger cockpit in here. I have no problem getting in or out. We have flat black on our switch gear. On the left, you have your telephone voice commands, volume, and controls for the digital portion of your dash. And then on the right, you have your adaptive cruise, modes for your infotainment system, safety suite, lane keep assist on off, that sort of thing. And then we don't have paddles, but on our stalks on the left, we have our headlights and fog lamp controls. On the right, front and rear wiper. Down below, what we have here is we can brighten or dim the dash, adaptive high beams on off, windshield wiper deicer on or off, heated steering wheel on or off, and that's a necessity in an off-road trim because you're going to be going places in the winter, so I like that. Then we can pop the tailgate. Now, if you want to open the fuel filler door, it's not marked very, very well, but it's right down here next to the hood latch release. So on the left is your fuel filler release, and on the right is the hood. So don't confuse the two. Now, on the steering wheel, we have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. So I like the fact that Toyota has that action going on. And then here is our dash. We have an analog digital combo. So we have an analog gauge for our tachometer, and then an analog gauges for fuel level and coolant temperature. And then in the middle, you have the digital speedometer with other information that you can go through. And each one of these has some sub-menus, so you can go through just about everything you want to have up on here. So I like how easy that is to read. And then when we have our drive modes, when nothing's illuminated, we have normal. Now, if I go all the way to the left, I go to mud and sand. I push the button, I go back to normal. I go all the way to the right, I go to rock and dirt. Again, push the button to go back to normal. Now, I can also go to eco, if I want to drive economically, or I can go to sport, everything goes red, that looks pretty cool. And then push to go back to normal. Now if I want snow mode, I just have a little snowflakes coming down. I don't know if you can see that, but up on the top right, you got some snowflakes coming down, and then it says snow up there. So they got you covered with a bunch of different drive modes, and I really like how easy it is to find everything and how nice and positive that dial is when you turn it. Overhead console, you got a spot for your sunglasses right there. Emergency button in case there's a emergency on the road. It's called SOS. Then, if you want your LED interior lights to come on and off when you open and close the door, this button that says door is pushed in and remains in. And when you open the door, your lighting comes on. When you close the door, your lighting will go off. And now here's the controls for our sunroof. So the shade is manual. So you're going to throw that back with your hands. And then we have two switches over here. This is your open and close, and this is the tilt function. So if we want to open it, we just hit open, one touch, back it goes, nice and simple. And then hold it in for a second, one touch back, nice and easy. And then if you want to tilt it, you just hit the up button and it tilts. If you want to lower the tilt, you just hit the down button. And then you can just bring the shade back across manually. Our sun visor with vanity and an LED light. And does it slide? No, but you do have the extension. All right, the rear seat of our TRD Off-Road RAV4. I have the seat set for my driving position. We'll come right to the back, jump in, nice and easy to get in. Plenty of headroom at 5'11", shoulder width room, knee space, no problem. Softex all the way down. No seat pocket behind the driver, but we do have a nice one behind the front passenger. And then down below here, what you have is a heat and air vents, and then underneath that, you have two USB-Cs for connectivity. Door panels, same exact door panels as the front with the Softex and the stitching, the brushed aluminum, the armrest, which is semi-soft. So here's our front door panel looking good. Here's the back door panel looking the same. Rear seats, we have that same black Softex with the red stitching. Might have been nice to have TRD embroidered into the rear seats as well. Let me know what you think. Nice and comfortable all the way down. Fits 3 across, center armrest, super soft, 2 cup holders. So they got you covered, and you can recline these rear seats backwards as well if you need some extra room. But it's a really nice place to be in the back of this RAV4 TRD Off-Road. All right, getting into the back of this RAV4 TRD Off-Road, pop it from the dash or the key fob, or come to the back underneath the Toyota badge, hit the button, beeps a couple of times. Nice electric assist on the way up. Nice electric assist on the way down using this button. And then with the rear seats up, we're looking at a really good 37.6 cubic feet of space. Looking good. In the back, you have your TRD Off-Road all-weather mat, which is a nice touch. Open this up. You got a spare tire and a jack, so thank you, Toyota, for that. We got an extra cubby here on the side for storage. We have a 12-volt right there, 12-volt, and a home power source. So they got you covered there for power. I like that. LED lighting, looking good. Now to drop the rear seats, you just hit the button right here and push them forward. Like that, no problem. Other side, you can remove this tonneau cover if you want. Now, with the rear seats down, 69.8 cubic feet of space in the back of this RAV4 TRD Off-Road. Really good number, and it's squared off, so you can get a lot of tall items in as long as you take this baby out and store it somewhere. I'm not a big fan of these. Let me know what you guys think, but it looks really, really good. Really good amount of space in the back of this TRD Off-Road. Window sticker time for this TRD Off-Road RAV4, so we're going to zoom on in, give you all the action. Cavalry blue with the ice top, black interior. There's our MPGs, estimates now. Standard equipment. Options. Factory MSRP. Let's take her out for a spin. All right, we're going down the road in this 23 RAV4 TRD Off-Road. And obviously it's going to be a little bit louder in here because you got the all-terrain tires, so you can hear them on the ground. got some wind noise, so it's not going to be a completely quiet cabin, but I got a really nice soft ride. We're in normal mode right now. Got a really nice soft ride. Right, it's well damped. I have no issues there. I'm not getting any chassis vibration into the passenger area, which is always good. My license plate up there, wedged between the windshield and the dash, is not vibrating at all, so we know we're not getting those vibrations. I have plenty of visibility out the windshield, side glass, side view mirror, rear view mirror, no problem. Blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, as I mentioned earlier. All that jazz is in this RAV4 TRD off-road. We got the front skid plates. We're at 8.6 inches of ground clearance, which isn't half bad for one of these compact SUV off-road trims. So that's not bad. And it steers fine. It's a little light. It's a little numb, but what do you expect? That's kind of what you're going to expect in an SUV. But when you want to point the vehicle where you want it to go, it's going to go, no problem. So I don't have any complaints about that. Obviously, under load out of low gears, this 2.5 inline 4 is going to be a little noisy. There's not much you can do about that. That's the way that engine is. But once you take your foot off the gas, it's going to smooth out and it's going to quiet down. Like the tech in here, like the new multimedia system, the dual climate, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, like that. Would like to see a wireless charging pad in here. We don't have one. I think that would, at this price point is a requirement, at least for me it would be. Let me know what you guys think about that. The interior is nice. The seats are comfortable. The bolstering is soft, but that's okay. I like the TRD emblems on the headrests. I think that's a nice touch. This red stitching is a nice touch. Now you're going to have to ask me, or I'm going to have to ask you what you think about this blue color. It's a bit soft for an off-road trim as far as colors go, soft palette, pastel-y type. So let me know what you think about that color with the white roof. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it. Obviously, there's a lot of other colors to choose from when you're looking at a RAV4 TRD off-road. Not just this one. This one happens to be in a special deal because it's a two-tone. All right, we're gonna come down the road here, do an emergency brake stop in 3, 2, 1. Yep, stops on a dime. Now, your off-road tires are a little bit softer, so you can feel the front end go down a bit. Plus, you got that TRD suspension for more travel for the off-road trails. But this engine gets the vehicle right up to speed, no problem. For an off-road trim with all-terrain tires, gas mileage isn't that bad. Actually, it's pretty good. All right, now we're going to do a turning radius test. Specs 18.7 feet, which is really good for an off-road trim. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, that just whips right around, no problem. Nicely done. All right. We're going to do a little 0 to 60, but again, brand new engine. We're going to feather in the gas, not go crazy. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. And we're up to speed going down the road. Now, it's not going to set fires even if you gun it because it's a naturally aspirated inline 4. But it gets the vehicle up to speed very easily. The 8-speed automatic, very smooth on the shifts. No issues with that. So, it's a really easy vehicle to drive, as I say with most Toyota products. Going to be a little wafty in the turns, but this thing is set to take it on the trails. Now, heavy off-roading, I don't think it's high enough, and I don't think you're going to have the best approach and departure angles if you're going over big, huge rock boulder type terrain. I think trail-wise, groomed trails with some rocks and branches, you'll have a lot of fun going out to the campsites, going out to go fishing, drop your boat in the water, put your Sea-Doos in the water, that kind of thing, camping. But heavy off-roading, I don't think so. But I think it's a really nice, attractive trim. I was glad I was able to find this one because these things are as rare as hen's teeth on dealer lots, and I wanted to try to bring it to you. Plus, I had a couple subscribers ask me if I could do one, and the funny thing was, one of them was last night, overnight. I looked at the comment this morning, and I said, oh, I don't know if I can find, but I'll bring it to you if I can, and boom, it's on the dealer lot today. Is that weird? I mean, talk about, I guess, karma, whatever it is. I thought that was interesting, but it's a good trim. Now, whether it's worth 41, 42 grand, that's for you to tell me. Is this something you'd rock in, or are you going to go somewhere else with that off-road trim money, maybe to all-new Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness, which you can spec up to close to 40 grand, almost the same as this. Let me know what you think. I'll put the Crosstrek Wilderness review at the end of this one, so you can check that one out too. But I want to thank Team Toyota of Princeton for allowing the channel access to this 2023 Toyota RAV4 TRD off-road for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.